Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner Studio, and with me today is Andréa Ross. She is the executive director, the new executive director for the Habitat for Humanity. The president of the board is Amanda Slate. So today we've got a really cool thing we're going to talk about, something you haven't really done in a while.
Yeah.
No one's done these things in a while because we'll blame everything on the pandemic. They are having a Home Expo coming up later this month. It's September 11th, which is like next week.
Yeah.
So it'll be at the Warren County Fairgrounds. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the great things that are happening. They started to get their new build going. They're getting their house moved. They've got just a lot of cool things going on. So who wants to go first?
I'll let Andréa start.
Andréa, I know she does. She just said, hurry up, call me first so I can get it over with.
Certainly, definitely. Really, we just want to let everybody know about the home show. So, people hear about it all the time in larger areas.
Sure.
So bringing it to, Warren County and Front Royal, just, we have homes here, we have people, and
Sure.
we've got talent. So we certainly want to be able to showcase that and let people know that we're here and that we're available to bring affordable housing to our residents of Warren County.
All right. So what will we expect when we go there? What are we going to see? Because you got a lot of sponsors. So
Yeah.
Yes, our sponsorships are great, so we definitely appreciate that. And if you'll give me the opportunity later as we discuss all things Habitat, I want to just give a quick shout out to those sponsors.
Sure.
But at the home show, what you would expect to see is, a little something for the kids, definitely something for the parents. We have going to have our food vendors there. It will just be a good time to just look at all things related to the home.
Right.
So, like I said, our main focus is going to always be donations and sponsorships for, upcoming families, builds, and being able to do good things and put good things back into the community.
Amanda, we talked earlier about kind of what Habitat's all about, and we're trying to get back on track because we've had quite a few years of really not a lot happening.
Right.
And so maybe, Andréa, I know you're new in the job, so I don't want to put it on her and give her something that she might stress over.
Yeah.
But so what's the plan? We got some new things going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting our third house in this year. So we built a duplex that we started last year that we finished in March, and we've already started our third house. So our goals are definitely to build 3 homes a year. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of the community support, but we'd like to refurbish some homes as well. So not starting from scratch, finding blighted properties that need some help, so we're not having to start from ground up.
Right.
But
it's good. I think we do is I'm going to give Jimmy Carter a call and have him show up to Front Royal, maybe drive some local interest,
Yeah, because it's a huge opportunity just to kind of fill that void. We just want to fill that void and do as much as we can. So I have an amazing board, and we have a great group of volunteers and sponsors, and we've really just been growing it's a business, so we've been growing our brand and business, and a lot more people are noticing what we're doing.
Well, the community comes out to really support you is what I noticed. Of all the organizations, it seems like the Habitat for Humanity just kind of like draws people to it. I think because people can relate.
Right.
I think people can relate to that particular organization and what you do and your mission because it kind of, everybody has most people have a place to live and they understand how hard it was for them to get there, and people do want to give back.
Yeah, we're a big brand, so people recognize that. We're one of the largest builders in the
Sure.
world, and we're a large nonprofit. And for us, it's really giving back to our community. A lot of people go to Habitat because they want to travel the world and help build a house in another country. But we want you to build houses here for our people as well. So it's fun to travel, but it's also fun to do it right here in Warren County.
What is the biggest hurdle that we come across here locally?
Inventory, it was a big
Inventory
hurdle.
of lots, right?
Right.
A place where we're going to put these
Houses,
homes.
yeah.
Right, so we want to make sure that it's accessible. We are looking for people who are working every day, people who that dream of home ownership is just out of their reach based on, income or economic situation. So we just want to be in that position where we're able to be that bridge that gets them from here to there. So largest part is, donations, sponsorships. We are a nonprofit. Yes, we're a business, but we do rely on, community involvement, anytime that you have a property that you're like, wondering, should I keep it, should I not? Hey, really think of Habitat. It's going for something good. And this is not, a lot of people have it confused with a Section 8 type of program. It's not that. These are homeowners. These are mortgages. These are people, they're working.
Right.
They're contributing to the community. So we just want to be able to provide them with an excellent place. And all of the neighbors and all of Warren County comes out to support, from the high schools, participants from Valley Health. I mean, just really immersed in the community, and we want to just continue to do that.
Right. These are not free homes. I mean,
Right.
people have to get a mortgage and they have to contribute. I noticed that some of them have some sweat equity into the homes as well, but you want participation of the homeowner. You're just not doing a free handout. I mean, these people have to
we
work.
take applications, and it's based off of their income. They have to be within 30 to 60% of the median income range. So definitely that they can pay a small mortgage. So we
Sure.
give them an interest-free mortgage. On average, our homeowners are paying, 200 to 700 max is what, we have 7 mortgages that we're carrying right now. So we have 7 Habitat homeowners that are still paying a mortgage, and other ones out there who've already paid off their home.
Yeah, it's amazing that, like you say, some people just need a little help just to get the momentum moving forward.
Right.
And we hear so much of the all the subsistence that we help people, and Section 8 and people never get off that cycle, and it's like generation after generation, and this kind of like stops it.
Yeah.
Once you get those roots in a community and are a homeowner, that's kind of like the icing on the cake. That means you kind of like you've made it. I mean, you feel like you see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
Certainly that American dream, that goal, everybody's reaching for that position. And when you have those deep roots, the likelihood of you truly investing in the community, the ripple effect of how it impacts the community just is so far reaching.
Right. And they're not mobile. I mean, people that have ownership have got roots in the community. We've kind of talked to people about this workforce housing and different things. We're building apartments. I said, people don't want to live in apartments. They want to own a home.
Yeah.
And so we need to have programs like this and other things we can do, because people of all income levels need help sometimes.
Yes.
And they may not be your customer, but there's places and organizations out there that help people get this home ownership. So let's talk about your sponsors. You mentioned them, because without them, it would almost be impossible to do this.
So I'm really excited about our sponsors. So the top sponsors we have we wanted to give a quick shout out to Warren County Fair for allowing us to be in their space. Quality Title, Exceed Home Loans. It is also Building Performance Solutions, Front Royal Dental Care, U.S. Inspect. Did I say CBM already?
Not yet.
CBM Mortgage
They're a
and
huge
Green to
supporter of
Ground
us.
Electrical Services.
Yeah. All these people, you see a Quality Title, Will Carroll and his wife. I mean, they're involved a lot in the community. CBM, Michael and all those bunch over there, Greg, all those guys are really involved in the community.
Yeah, they do a lot for us.
So they do a lot, and you don't always hear about them, but I do know. I mean, I see a lot of things going on, and your list of people there are very involved in our community, sometimes just behind the scenes and providing a lot of support to organizations.
Because they're so often behind the scenes, I did want to take that spotlight.
Sure.
Just to be able to say thank you to all of our sponsors for their
Right.
support.
So you say you have a really great board, but are you looking for more volunteers?
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the board, but just
Yeah, we have committees, so we need people on construction committees and fundraising committees, and committees really help, the wheels turn to make
Sure.
the bus move. We always need volunteers. We have a Volunteer Easy, a website that people can volunteer for events or just if they want to help swing a hammer or help with our repairs. So there's
and a lot of these are not long-term commitments. So
Right.
you have projects going on. Sometimes you can just use people for the day.
Absolutely. So
Strong back and a weak mind. That's what we want, right?
yeah.
hate to say it, but gonna put my kids on blast. Definitely, and I think it's important, especially if you get kids at a young age to understand the importance of giving back.
Sure.
It sets them up for a lifetime of understanding that the world does not rotate solely around you.
The giving is where the blessing is. it's not always in the people think, well, the receiving, that's a big great gift.
Yeah.
Truthfully, the giving
Is the biggest blessing.
right.
Yeah. And every project we have, it touches at least 1,000 volunteers. So when you can work on a project next to a teenager that's doing their sweat equity, it was
Sure.
huge. You know, and that's what we found in these recent duplexes. The contractors really worked with one of our family members, and he was a senior in high school and wanted to learn. I mean, he did drywall, the football team tarred the foundation, they did drain tile work and did, you know, drywall and stuff. So he really got to learn the trades, and they enjoyed really working with him.
I can remember the buildings that I've done and pounding those nails and doing those things. You know, it just has a little different feel about the house. No matter how small it was at the time, you know, we kind of treasure those memories.
Yeah.
We can remember, and we sat around even today. I remember you were hanging off that joist up there, you know.
Yeah, and it takes no skills. You know, we usually have a crew leader, so don't be
Yeah.
afraid if you haven't swung a hammer before. We
Yeah.
definitely can teach you.
And we got Band-Aids. I mean, you know, it's
all right.
okay.
Right.
We carry a first aid kit on the job, you know. So,
We do.
But no, it's a lot of fun, and like you say, I think that also the idea that you're doing something that's lasting. I mean, you know, home is like a long time, you know, and they stick around. And but I think this thing about rehabbing some of our homes. We've got a plethora. You like that big word?
Yeah.
But you know, when you go down part of our south town, and when you're going like between Main Street and South Street, there's some beautiful homes there that a lot of them have just been neglected because the people just can't afford to keep them up. And there's always something to do. You know, you drive by and see the porch lean a little bit, or it needs a shutter or a gutter or something done that will really make a difference. And there's a lot of elderly people that live down there. They've been here their whole life.
Yeah.
And
So we have our repair program that comes out twice a year, in the the fall and the summer, and then we also have a program called Brush with Kindness. So those things that are exterior that can assist with homeowners, whether it's like you said, a leaning porch, a handrail, something like that, that keeps them safe in their home, because it is, you know, as our generations get older, it is harder to keep up. And so we have this program with Brush with Kindness that we're able to do some exterior stuff. And again, it's really just about giving back and letting people know that we're here.
You know,
Right.
people are struggling where they have stuff in their yard that shouldn't be there. You know, those little jobs are easy for us, and we have a ton of volunteers that want to help with that stuff. We do have a Cars for Cares program through Habitat too. So if they have a car that's not working, and maybe the town is going to fund, you know, because you can't leave it set out there.
Sure.
Through Habitat, we can pick up the car and be the beneficiary of that, of disposing it for them.
It's
So
amazing just getting rid of some junk in your yard, how it transforms your home. I mean, you know, we all have clutter. I don't care where you're at. Where you're at on the scale, there is clutter in our homes, and this is a good way, you know, to maybe spruce up that yard. It's amazing, you know. We always take the joke, how many cars you got jacked up in the front yard, you know.
yeah, so it's
But we're not quite as bad as, you know, those
Yeah, so it's a
people, you know.
twofold where we do critical repairs. So
Sure.
we're looking, you know, we have some grants to help, like if their heat isn't working. But then the Brush with Kindness is easier, like just helping elderly and veterans, especially with some much needed maintenance that they're not
Right.
able to do on the outside.
Yeah, and you know, it's okay to ask for a little help.
Yeah.
And we'll put this information below the video, how to get in touch with the Habitat organization here in Front Royal. But it's okay to reach out and hey, if you can't help them, you'll tell them, or maybe you can direct them to where you can help them. And that's the thing, you know, we have a lot of organizations, they all kind of specialize in different things, and until you get into that circle and start asking, you don't really know where to go sometimes, and we'll just send them your way.
Yeah.
I definitely like being a resource, because if we can't help you, we're certainly not going to hurt you. We'll
Right.
point you in the right direction if it's not us. We understand that Habitat is not a one-stop-fits-all
Sure.
situation. I know in the day, and you know, we're in that area of all things HGTV,
Sure,
and people
sure.
think we're going to
Yeah,
build a house in an
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
or
yeah.
we're going to put in, you know, granite countertops. That's
Yeah.
not what we do. We're still a nonprofit,
Sure.
so we still have to maintain and mind our budget.
And we're looking at simple, decent, affordable housing. Is
And
what
that
our
is
focus is.
that is the big focus. Is, you know, while we would love to be in that position where we can give you, cherry oak cabinets,
Sure.
that's not our focus. Our focus is to give you an affordable, decent place to live because everybody deserves that.
When we earlier we did the program on your house over there at the Blue Ridge Technical Center when we went through that, and that's the house you're moving
Yeah.
downtown. It was built solid. I mean, and they did a really good job. There was no lacking of quality of home there. That was right up to code. I mean, they're inspected and everything, and so it was done well. You could see that the craftsmanship was done good in there. So it was. These are first quality homes. This is not something you're throwing together and dragging it on the back of a tow truck out there and throwing it on the lot.
Yeah.
This is a real home.
Yes, it's definitely not a Lego build.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
take pride in what we do. We want it to be the best that it can be.
Sure.
So.
Well, like you said, I do know, and again, talking to the homeowners of this house, you can kind of see that twinkle of their eye, and you can almost tears in their eyes to see that, I'm getting close. This is really going to happen.
We are so pushing for, and like I said, right now we're looking for people to sponsor the family. We still have to, overcome the budget restrictions that we have, but we'd love to see them in their home by Christmas.
Sure.
We are so shooting for that, to be able to give. That's an amazing gift, but that's going to require some donations. That's going to require some volunteers. That's going to require community involvement. Christmas is going to be here sooner than we think.
Around the corner.
Around the corner. So to be able to do that would be just an amazing blessing for the family.
Well, there's somebody out there that will reach out, I'm sure. We have a lot of angels in our community, and it's a great thing to do. We just want to remind people again, though, on September 11th, it's like 10 to 4, I think, all the time is. It's at the Warren County Fair, their Home Expo show. It's really cool. It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Just
And we
show up.
have Excel Band, and the Garage Band will be there, and multiple vendors from lenders to electrical, home improvement and stuff will be there. And we have a kids corner as well with games and food.
Don't forget the food.
Oh,
The
yes.
food always brings people.
Of the food and there's something for kids. So, it's always good to look. People like to stroll around and look at things and what if and wow, that's pretty cool. And they might have a question. And so and maybe they'll volunteer.
Yeah.
So,
We will definitely have a place for you to volunteer.
Sign up here.
Sign up here. So definitely look for that. And if you've got the time, the space, the willingness, and the desire to, please reach out.
Well, Andrea, it's nice that they've got you on board now, and I know Andrea. She's a hard worker, so a good choice, I think, on your part. And
we're excited and we're growing. Jessica, was our previous ED. She's headed up our fundraising committee to really kind of take us to that next level.
Right.
So,
well, and people from the board have stepped up to fill these positions and things, not to let it die. You want them to make it go. So the board, commend the board for. Because you have a really good board and a very active board, and they're doing things, so it's great.
and they've got to roll up their sleeves. They're a working board. It's how we get it done.
It's not something that you just show up to a meeting once every 3 months. It's work.
Everybody participates.
That's great. Again, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. We want to get the message out, and we want to remind you that September 11th at the Warren County Fairgrounds, Home Expo 2021, kind of like the first expo of the year. I mean, I would say some activities. People are getting out. You kind of been cooped up for a couple years. Let's get out. This is a good thing. It's outdoors. You can walk around.
It is in the barn covered, so it's rain or shine.
Right, it's rain or shine, but there'll be things out and about around the area and as it grows. And
We're mindful of the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic,
Sure.
obviously, so we'll have little spaces where there's sanitizer and things like that, but the outdoor venue was important
Sure.
to make sure. And this is second annual, so hoping it to get bigger and better and greater and more sponsors. And so we just look forward to watching it grow, just because why shouldn't Warren County have a home expo?
That's right, exactly. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? So, if you've got, we have more spaces for vendors. So if you have a food, pampered chef, no matter what you're into, if it's home related, we definitely want you to reach out to us and grab a space.
I appreciate that. And again, September 11th, mark your calendar. It's a day to remember other than a Home Expo, so we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah.
But let's go, let's plan that, get out, support Habitat for Humanity. It's a great work here in our community, and again, I appreciate everything that you guys do.
Thank you.